Hi, my name is Kaushal Dayani and I have been doing comedy for a while now. Today, this video is about life in stand up comedy. Stand up comedy as a career, and this will be done through the journey of a very famous comedian who's with me right now. He's been doing comedy for almost 10 years. Some of his specials are Tickle Minded, Orthodoxically Me, Kajipuram to Kormangla, and his very decent special, Mr. Family Man. He has written 5 specials and has a Twitter handle which goes by the name funny underscore Leon. If you haven't guessed who the comedian is, it is comedian Praveen Kumar.
Hi guys.
Welcome on
Hi
the show,
Kaushal,
sir.
thank you for having me.
So, you have been doing comedy for almost 10 years
Yes.
now, sir.
Yeah.
And so, how has the journey been for you till now?
It's like sinusoidal curve, but majorly it's quite good. Uh, if you ask about how I started, it was way back in 2008 when I started doing my first stand-up show for my own college alumni night.
Okay.
It was horrible. It was in the sense I didn't know the dynamics of how a stand-up comedy works. I didn't know any. I never watched any YouTube video of any stand-up comedy.
Okay.
I know stand-up comedy means going on stage, talking, and making others laugh. That's the only thing I knew. I didn't know anything else. So I wrote some internal jokes, like college-based jokes and all that. Went and prepared 10 minutes set, and went. And I before I went on stage, the anchor introduced me as the best stand-up comedian in India. That
He
was my
saw your
first time.
future, probably. He probably saw your future.
And that was too early. That was my first show. I got on stage and I continued for 10 minutes. It was complete silence. I could hear them breathe. It was horrible. And then people started laughing, not at my joke, but at me,
At
saying, "Why is he continuing if nobody's listening?" It was such a bad experience. A lot of my friends gave up on me, saying, "I don't think this is going to work for you." Luckily, I didn't quit.
Okay.
I
So
continued.
that was jokes in the true raw form. You had not prepared it before. You just wrote it and you got on stage.
Correct. I didn't know. I didn't even know about the concept of open mic that time.
Okay. Okay. That was about 10 years back.
This was in 2008.
2008.
Yeah.
That's almost 11 years
11
now.
years, yeah,
Wow.
correct.
That's and after that, when did you realize that you want to do it professionally?
After that, what happened was entire 2009, I would have gotten on stage only 4 to 5 times. All thanks to Veer Das.
Veer Das.
Veer Das, he used to come to Bangalore and other cities as well to create a scene,
Okay.
which I think that's a great boon for the stand-up comedy scene in India. He came to Bangalore at least 4 times. Every time he comes, he'll organize a show in this place called Opus.
Opus. That's in
Opus in
Sarjapur.
Vasant Nagar, right
Opus.
now. The old Opus.
So that time when Veer Das used to come and wanted to build a scene, you said there were comics who were given 2 minute slots.
Yeah.
So apart from you, is there anyone who used to do those open mics
Yeah,
or comedy?
I forgot. Sandeep was there.
Sandeep Rao.
Sandeep Rao and me. I met Sandeep there in one of the open mics in
Right.
Vedas. Others, I am in touch with some of them,
Okay.
but they're not doing comedy.
They're not doing it. They just did it as a hobby.
They just came, they did, they went.
Right. If they would have realized, I
Correct,
mean,
exactly.
if you continued, if they would have continued comedy regularly, I mean, look,
But that time, it cannot blame them. That time, it was totally new.
right.
Nobody knew the concept of stand-up comedy.
Mhm.
Right? Not many people come to this. Not many people know this.
Mhm.
Unlike now,
Yes.
unlike everybody knows stand-up comedy.
Is-
There's
I
an
mean,
advantage as well as a disadvantage. See, that time growth was easier because
yes.
very few people are there.
Right.
But concept was new to everybody. Now concept is known to everybody, but growth is very slow because there are
So
hundreds
many
of
comics. I
comedians.
mean, everybody is, and people are taking it as a competition. Like these comedians who have come into the picture now.
Correct.
There's so many open mics, so many shows that are being run on weekends. I remember last Saturday, there were 12 shows on Saturday. 12. I could make it to 7 of them.
Oh.
That's my record. I mean,
Wow.
7 open mics
Wow.
back to back. I just loved doing that. I mean, loved going for open mics and spots. I mean, so back when you had started, the scene wasn't that grown. I mean, now people are going so much for. What do you think is the major difference between this time? I mean, how come it has grown so much? I mean, do you have any thoughts on that?
See, those times from my office, I used to go to an open mic, do a spot, and go back to office.
Right.
That was an achievement for me. 7 times I would love to do it, but now 7 times going to be difficult for me. But then, if you ask about the difference, uh, because of the success of these comedians who made it big from Bangalore, like Kenny or Kanan or Biswa or Sumiki. So these people inspire the others.
Right.
Like they want to live a life like that. Ah, Kenny is my role model. Kanan is my role model. Let me also
A
try
lot
to
of people
reach.
saw Kenny and started doing comedy.
Exactly.
A lot of them.
The reach is so much. These guys' growth. So everybody started and then they want to be like them.
Right.
So there's a huge influx of comedian after 2014.
Right.
After 2014-15 saw the huge growth increase of these guys, this Vakanan and others.
Hmm.
So after that, if you see the number of comedians increase in Bangalore, it will be tremendous. It's all because of them, is what I'm thinking.
I see I see a sharp contrast in your specials that are there. I mean, the names that are there, and I see that it's such a huge variety. I mean, orthodoxically me, it's crossed millions, 1 million plus views, if I'm not wrong. Now it's Mr. Family Man. That's probably, I don't know. It may come online soon. It depends when you plan to release. You're still touring with that show.
Yeah, it's going to take time. Man.
So
Next
you
6 months
have
I'll be touring.
6 months you'll be doing
Next
that.
to 6 to 7 because November I started touring.
Okay.
At least till this November I'll be touring. Yes.
So it's been what, 5 specials?
This is the
Which
first
is 5 hours of content. Can you give us any uh, learning, or can you tell us how you write jokes, or what's your thought process when you're working on your jokes? Because 5 hours of content, that's huge. 4 hours is online, already online,
Yeah.
and the fifth hour you're bringing up. So
See, uh, see, if you talk about that, then I should say if you are doing full-time comedy, there's no excuse. If that is the only job you do, you have to do it. Like I cannot put a blame on anything else. Now I cannot say I have work. I am
Mhm.
doing 8 hours job, so I'm not able to find time. I don't have time to write new material. Now you are doing full-time job. Plus there is an open mic in every street.
yes, true.
There is no excuse for not writing new jokes. And ideally, of all the things, attitude is the most important thing.
Mhm.
Than your humor sense, than your perseverance or whatever. Attitudes is very, very important. In the sense, if you start going to an open mic to just to sit, think, and bitch about others, you will be there only.
Right.
Your highest achievement will be getting a spot in an open mic. But if you go there to improve yourself, if you're not worried about others,
Mhm.
if you're not worried about what is going on in the scene, you are worried about writing, you should get better
Yes.
without affecting anybody. That's the only way forward.
And there are comedians who have actually addressed the fact that you used to do open mics where you used to come up with 3 minutes of new material every time. About I've heard about this where you used to come with 3 minutes of new material, tried an open mic, next open mic you are coming up with new 3 minutes of material. You used to write really fast.
Correct. See, especially what I do is when I'm working on a special, I first go and book the date. Right now, let's say now it's March. If I think okay, let me launch a new special, I'll go and book a date in October.
Mhm.
October, I will book one date, one venue. I'll book in Bangalore. Let's say one Alliance Fancy. I'll go pay advance and book for my special. Now I have a date in front of me. Now all I have to do is I have to finish 1 hour material till then. What all should I do? First, I should find a theme for the show. Once I find the theme for the show, it becomes easier to find a direction towards in which I should write the jokes.
Okay.
The Family Man came. Family Man is there. What all I can write in Family Man? There will be at least 50 bullet points I have written,
Yes.
and 8 to 9 bullet points I have written. 1 hour is there. There are others which I can work on. Family Man Part 2 also. I don't know. But what I do is I write, go practice in open mic. Definitely it won't work well because first time is usually
Yes.
bad. So go back home, tweak, perform, tweak, perform, tweak, perform till it works properly. Then go to the next.
So
Bit.
how many times do you think
Till it works well. See, sometimes fourth or fifth time it will work well.
Okay, fourth or fifth time you're trying the joke and it
It
works.
will work well.
Yes.
Sometimes what will happen in this special, I have a set about Laila Palace. Something similar to Leela Palace. I did it 45 times.
45 times.
45 different endings. Everything is working. I didn't find the ending properly.
Okay.
I couldn't because in every story the ending has to be the strongest punch.
True. It has to end with an applause.
Yeah, this Family Man is full of stories, only stories. This story, I found it very very difficult to find an ending. I tried 45 times, 20 times in English, 25 times in Tamil. After that, I got an ending. Totally different format. I started doing PJs and then finished with the PJ.
Okay.
So it takes sometimes fourth or fifth time it will click.
And what about these kids? Has anything happened where kids were involved while you
Not
were
in
performing?
public shows, but corporate shows, lot of times.
Corporate shows. Okay.
Public shows, they know how to behave in the sense they paid money. They
They have
know
come to
they know
laugh.
the dynamic. They have seen stand up in a video or something. They know how it was. Corporate show, what happened in family day especially, they don't bother. Like the kids are running around and nobody knows where their kids are. They want to watch the show or whatever performance. The kids are running around making lot of noise. One day this actually happened, which I used to tell in Mupata Vedini also. When I'm performing, these kids are running around me like I was a tree.
While you were performing.
While I was performing, I'm on the stage. Kids are running around, 2, 3 people running and catching around me,
Mhm.
and their parents are not bothered. I didn't even know who their parents are.
So, I mean, doesn't it make you want to announce that?
No,
You know?
this in spite of announcing, I'll keep telling the MC saying before you call me out, please tell the parents to keep the kids with themselves, or at least not to make noise. They will also announce, but nobody listens.
I kind of have that picture in my mind right now where you're performing and the kids are running around you.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So you were in the corporate once as well, right? I mean, you used to work in a corporate.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
So now that you have come full time, you have been doing this full time. So this is actually something. This is, I think, something that needs to be addressed. A lot of people, this generation has a lot of people where they're going to offices, they're doing jobs that they do not like. I'm not dissing corporates. I'm saying corporates may be good.
Hmm.
And corporates are good for those people who actually get the kind of jobs that they want to do, that they really want to do.
Correct, exactly.
If someone is really interested in accounts, he would want to go and work there, right? But there are a lot of people, and I'm talking about a majority of them, where they go to office, but they're dreaming about doing something else in their lives, right? And but they don't have the courage to quit their job and pursue what they like, right? So when was your true calling? When you decided to do comedy, and how did you get that motivation to take the risk to quit your job and do this full time? How was that situation?
Entire 2013, I studied the income pattern through comedy.
Okay.
I was working and I was seeing if I can manage only with this amount. I was getting X and Y. If X is not there, with Y will I be able to manage? For entire year, I managed. So some months are good, some months are bad. On an average, how was the see? I'm like, okay, fine. Now I have to convince others,
Mm-hmm.
like stakeholders. My wife is very, very supportive. She's like, whatever you decide is fine, perfect. Then my parents. My parents are a little skeptical, in the sense like any other. I would also be skeptical that time, but they're like, no, think about it and all that. That's when I launched my first special, Tickle Minded,
While you were working.
while I was working.
Okay.
I launched my first special on Jan 4th, 2014 in Jagriti Theatre, Whitefield. That was the first show of my life, first solo show of my life.
1 hour show.
1 hour show. I invited my parents from Kanchipuram
Okay.
to come and watch it here. They came, they saw the show. It was almost a full house show, very, very good show. They were very impressed. That day, I went home and said, I want to quit my job. Are you okay now? They said, okay.
Wow.
That was 4th Jan, Saturday. 6th Jan, Monday, put my papers.
Right.
And got relieved in 3 weeks. January 26th, on Republic Day, was my Independence Day. So, I was like, perfect.
So I would like you to give a message to those people, I mean, who really want to pursue and who are good at it, who are no doubt they are good at it, but they are not sure if they will, if what they want to do will pay.
Okay, see, if you are planning to quit your job, don't do it right away. What you should do is you should start earning through your other passion. Let's say if you are passionate about photography, you should start earning through them, and you should reach a phase where you earn at least 2/3 of what you are earning through day job through your passion. Once you are confident that you are getting it, that too regularly, then you think about quitting the job. Till then, don't think about quitting, because after that you will start becoming desperate. You will start accepting projects which are much lesser than what you usually will get paid otherwise. So don't jump guns. It will be difficult. It will be very, very hard to balance both, juggle both. But trust me, it is all worth it for the larger good. don't think about quitting just now. Analyze how much you are earning. If you are confident, then only quit. Otherwise, don't quit, especially if you have a family to support.
This one very interesting thing that we should talk about. As I was saying, there's a sharp contrast. Mr. Family Man is one of your specials, and on the other side, I see a Twitter handle, Funny Leon. I mean, have your fans ever told you anything about it, or
No, this was way back in 2011, I think I came. When Sunny Leon came for Big Boss to India.
okay, and you
That's
became
when-
a fan? Your wife is watching right now.
I mean, when she entered, she became the topic of discussion for everybody, right? That was when she came to India for the first time, officially. Then, after that, she started doing Bollywood movies and all. So, see, I was very, very new to Twitter. I had this handle called Comedian Praveen.
Yes.
I had 300 followers. I didn't know what to do. Nobody is following me. Then one of my colleagues recommended me that I should change it to something very catchy. Why not Funny Leon?
Catchy, yeah.
Okay. Funny Leon sounds good. I went and searched Funny Leon is taken. So funny underscore Leon. Okay, funny underscore Leon. And now I have 25,000 followers.
The rest
But
is
not
history.
because of
The rest is history.
That's history. But then some people expect something and come to my profile, they are rejected. But that's a different story. But after that, only I positioned myself, or how do I say? There's nothing related to Sunny Leon or anything.
I was actually going to ask you if that's the
It's
inspiration.
Nothing, nothing specific about Sunny Leon. Just a catchy handle,
Catchy.
so people see, yeah, let me follow him. Like cheap tactics. Nothing.
That's I like the way you said, yeah, let me follow him. Now I will follow him.
After seeing my profile, now I'll unfollow him.
In conversation with comedian Praveen Kumar. If you like this video, give a thumbs up to it. If you have more such questions to be asked, we have Praveen Kumar with us, and your questions do matter. So do comment your questions in the video below, and we'll be back with another video next week. Till then, like, share, and subscribe.